Alright, this is Andrew with Jota Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Centerville. We're at 295 East, 300 North. We have the camera pushed out 90 feet to the city connection. Today's October 24th, 2025. So this first connection point is called the nose-on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like a good connection there. It's like gravel cement from what I can tell. Little bit of an offset on that joint. Where we can see the shoulder of the pipe. That's a spot where waste might be more likely to get stuck. And if enough waste gets stuck, it can create a blockage where it backs up towards the house. So never ideal, but they are common with this age. It still looks like gravel cement. Not as common as some older types of pipe like clay. I think you're going to have cast iron under the house. But you have gravel cement here. I would recommend getting the insurance on this line. I mean, so far I'm not seeing a ton of issues except for the offsets. I'm not seeing roots or standing water, but you can get insurance with HomeServe. I think they technically call it sewer line protection. I think they avoid saying it's insurance, but they would help offset the cost if it needs to be cleaned or if it fails and needs to be dug up. They can put money towards that, and I think it's well worth it. It's only around 15 bucks a month. Another pretty good size offset there. The only way to permanently fix those would be to dig it up and repair it. And here, you wouldn't really do spot repairs. You would just replace the entire line. Probably not. Ooh, that's a pretty good size offset there. I'm starting to go underwater, but look at the top of the pipe as we pull through. You can kind of see it on the left side as we pull back, try to see the top. I don't know that we were able to see it much because we started to go underwater, but this is a belly here, starting around 64 feet, still underwater. Starting to come out of it there, 56. So less than 10 feet long, but it is a belly. That's a spot where it's more likely for grease to build up and settle. And if enough grease builds up, waste can get stuck on it, and that can create a blockage where it backs up towards the house. So it's definitely not the longest belly that I've seen, but it's never ideal to have any sort of standing water. And again, the only way to fix that, kind of like offsets, is to dig it up and reslope it. There are some roots big enough that I'd recommend cleaning it now. And then you want to have that area looked at again with the camera to see if there's anything else hiding there. More roots. Now we're going to cast iron. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty and will eventually need to be replaced. And that's what's under the house. And so that's harder to get to. It's possible sometimes if you have good grade that you can blow a liner in, and that can be cheaper than digging up the basement slab. So just to recap, you do have a handful of offsets. There's definitely some roots. You have cast iron under the house. At a minimum, I would start with cleaning the line, having it scoped again, but certainly I'd recommend having the insurance on this line. And I think long term, this isn't going to be a good line to put a liner in because of the size of the offsets. If you're to blow in a liner, it's just going to cover those joints, and you'll have big bumps in the new line. And so I think long term, when it's time to replace this line, it'd be better to dig it. Maybe pipe burst, but probably not a liner. I'm going to end this recording now.